Hello to all of you who are watching Poland Daily Culture. Today we talk about art and paintings, and we are still in a very special place, I would say cozy place. It's a studio of Anna Vostruchovaite, young Polish artist from Vilnius. Aniu, thank you very much for this invitation.
Thank you for this occasion.
Still, it's, I would say, a little bit cozy and small place when you usually work and create your piece of art. Very interesting to be in one. But I'm interested in the fact that even though when you right now work and exhibit things in Warsaw, you come from Vilnius. And Vilnius, I would say, for all Poles, especially because of our literature, because of Mickiewicz, we kind of breathe with the tradition back and history, thinking that a lot of Polishness is still there. But I would like to ask another question, because you speak fluent Polish, I would say with almost like no accent. You can barely hear or barely realize that you come from Vilnius. But is it different a little bit Polish, and Poles living there also, I would say, approach topics differently? Did Lithuanian culture and this mix of both Polish and Lithuanian influence you and your art anyway, like in a way that you have this element in your art as well?
You know, I think that there is more in common with my work have Lithuanian landscapes. Of course, the culture too. But I rather think about the landscape, which I was surrounded always in my home place. And you know, I was always surrounded by that green and calm place in Vilnius, in Kolonia Wileńska.
So next to Vilnius are hills, are they not? Or there's
rather kind of hills.
small hills.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of green places, yes?
Yeah, a lot of forest everywhere, and a river, Wilenka, also.
So a river, Wilenka, and hills and green places, and Vilnius is not so huge as Warsaw. And tell me, please, during your childhood, did you speak Lithuanian as well?
Yes, I'm still speaking Lithuanian. It's my second language.
It's your second language. You're bilingual, basically, speaking both. So at school, you had Lithuanian.
Yeah, I like this language so much, actually.
Okay, and then you decided to move to Warsaw, leaving your parents behind in Vilnius still.
Now I'm come back from time to Vilnius on my vacations, and in Warsaw I just work, and you know, and if I could say something more about landscapes in my home place in Kolonia Wileńska, it is actually a very special place because once when my friend come to Lithuania to visit that country for the first time, I invited her to my studio in Vilnius because I have smaller one in near my home. And when she came, she said, "Oh, now I know where your works come from." And I was a bit confused, and she explained that she has in her mind this view from my window, and I realized actually that she's right, because I even didn't thought in such categories about my work, but then I realized that that structure, that monumental nature of this landscape, you know, that colors, such colors, all of this reflects on my own work. Artistic work. So
you take Vilnius
yes,
into your art.
A piece of Vilnius into art.
And if you could tell us also what you want to express in your art the most, what you want to tell the world by your art.
So that's not about Vilnius, in fact, but I would rather say that it's about the link between, as I mentioned before, it's about the link between two realities, about this physical and this virtual. Because I find it very fascinating that the way we move in the virtual space, that movement says a lot about our personalities. Because we use very universal tools as, graphic tools, for example, as me, or we all are selecting, scrolling down, we all are deleting items, copying them, and so on. And by that, we are pursuing our own path. We show our personality, show what we are interested in, and I find it super cool.
So you, by your shapes and by your objects, which you do, you show a little bit of your personality, yes?
Yes, exactly. I show my own path.
Is it square? Does it have a lot of... Does your personality have a lot of corners?
It's about my sensitivity.
Okay.
For example.
So that's basically what you want to show and express more about. But you had before figurative art. I've seen your paintings where there are people, usually from different angles, but legs, how they rest, what they sit, where they said, do you want to come back to figures, or you stay with the shapes?
It's hard to predict, but those paintings are still here in the studio. We can see them. I will show you later. But actually, I think that the medium, that the form of the art object should suit your concept. And maybe it was like I decided that the cut out panels suited better than a traditional canvas with oil paints, made with brushes and so on. So who knows? Maybe one day I will decide that I am coming back, and I am doing something what I did before. First of all, it should suit my idea.
And you're preparing an exhibition with those piece of art and those objects. When will it be?
The exhibition would be in the gallery Nana Zenit in Saska Kępa. I also live in Saska Kępa, so nearby.
Once again, the name of the gallery?
Nana Zenit.
Nana Zenit.
Yes.
So to you, if you are interested in the art of Anna Vostruchovaite, a young Polish painter, her new exhibition will be in Nana Zenit in Saska Kępa in Warsaw, where you can see it, or of course in internet, or watch later our programs, because we will show even more to you. Thank you very much for being with us.